Test. 1, 2, 3, test. Audio levels should be fine, right? Hello, I am Arbaro. Gawa is just screaming for some reason. What is happening, Gawa? Should I be worried? Do you want attention? What is going on, dude? Do you want out? Oh, give me a second. He accidentally shut the door himself. Okay, that's where we're... Are the audio levels okay? Let me know. Okay, that's fine. Wonder if I should keep using this scene. It kind of looks like shit. We're waiting for Gunter. I'm going to promote anyway, so I don't forget about it. AvGeek's setup, kind of blanket setup, is reminding me of Corian a bit. Kitty cat. It's cats instead of hedgehogs, so, you know, but still. Let's go, AV. Hello, 20 Dan. We're waiting for Gunter. Apparently, he did say this time was okay, so we are. Is this is she playing Das on 29? I guess that's a normal thing people do now. I see Gunter live. All right, let me refresh it then. There we go. We got Gunter. There we go. Look at that smiling face. I have like a Motown greatest hits, which I guess like technically this is Motown, but I really just want like 60s Motown. Like, I don't know. Anyway, both players are here, or maybe they're kind of here. AvGeek is definitely here. Gunter is online. I can give them pieces if I really want to, can't I? That's a thing I could do. Why don't I do it? God damn it, I did it again. Alright, there we go. It does look like AvGeek's like wire for her controller is hooked straight into the Tetris. Oh, so let me know those PBs look right. AvGeek says 1.26. Gunter says 1.13. Hello, Gunter. How's it going? I hope you're having a great Monday. Got it ready for AvGeek. Hi, Hazel. What's up? We have players. We have people. We have folks. Hazel, always good to see you. I'm tired. I mean, that's, I'm sorry. Hope you're able to sleep soon. But both these players are ready. Good luck and have fun, y'all. Let's count you down for game number 1 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. If you speak saying golf, lacrosse. We got a Bard, we got a T. This is the Das League, and I am Arbaro. And we're ready. They're stacking. Gunter has a Tetris on the board. AvGeek gets the bar for her first one. Let me tell you who the players are. Why don't I do that? Sorry, it's 11:30. I'm still waking up for some reason. On the left side of your screen, out of the United States of America. She used to be a Das main. Now she's quite an excellent roller, but still a very good Das player on the side. Das Premier Poll ranking, as drumroll please. I did not organize this ahead of time, so you're going to have to bear with me for a second. Scroll. Das Premier Poll ranking of number 15. Ooh, she's a little bit of trouble, but she can handle it. She's AvGeek. 57 to 54. Both players kind of struggling with the RNG a bit here early on. But AvGeek will get clean and score. Gunter's still cleaning, but not quite as spicy as it once was. On the right side of your screen, out of the French Republic, Dasbane with an NTSC PB of 1.13 million. Let me know if that's wrong. He is Gunter Tetris. He's currently trailing 88 to 127. We're approaching the back half of the season here. I think that the deadline is... Again, I'm just looking at this information as I... Okay. September 8th. So I guess they still have a few weeks. Gunter needs the time, because this is his first match of the season. AvGeek is getting near closer to the end of her season here. She's doing very well. Currently at 3-1 record, 21 points. Lombard double for Gunter. Gonna have to do a little bit more cleanup. Does have a few lines in pocket, but gonna have to do a bit of digging here. AvGeek looking to develop this lead, which is already up to 6 figures. Lombard Tetris for AvGeek, we're a little under halfway to 19. 288 to 167. Gunter does have a few lines in pocket, but it's not going to make up for the deficit. These players have met twice before, but they were both in 2021, so it's been quite some time. There's a CTL match and a Classic Tetris Level 12, the first season. Yeah, they both won one of them. They these both had to have been DAS matches, right? Because AvGeek only switched to rolling very recently for open playstyle competitions. So, continuing the tradition of DAS between these two players. It's fun having a first time ever match, but it's also, I think it's kind of cooler when like you have a matchup that hasn't happened in years. AvGeek holding on to this lead here, 381 to 262. Pretty good pace for AvGeek. Let's see if she can keep it up. Even with like an early awkwardness, like I can think that kind of like the first 20 lines or so has some rough RNG, so keep that in mind when you're looking at the scores here. It was kind of hot here in Seattle. Lombard Tetris, AvGeek high 400 going into the Joe Barker's turn. Crosses over 500k with another Tetris. 501 through 107 lines. Gunter's at 341, make that 364. Only one line behind now. AvGeek just going to take a few burns, not going to do anything risky. She has a big lead. Lombard Tetris for Gunter. Maybe using some sort of adjustment. Gunter is kind of close to the screen. Let's see if I can fix his camera here. There we go. I don't want to put his head there. Yeah, just this scene sucks. I mean, I'm going to switch to the other one. Not this match, but yeah, I think this is kind of an unsuccessful experiment. AvGeek definitely not having an unsuccessful experiment here. Looking for a high 500k transition. There it is. Lombard Tetris. She goes in with a 133. Gunter looks like he's going to have to burn in, and he's going to go with a 481. Down 120,000 points. We're up and running in post. Gunter has his work cut out for him. Going to hope for a AvGeek top out. I love this song. I don't know if I agree with the sentiment. I think that the woman in this relationship should also value her career or social circle, wherever he was, whatever she's leaving behind. I don't know. But I guess, that's between the parties of the song. 693 to 546. AvGeek just kind of continuing her run here. Very, very good post. Gunter not doing too bad. Of course, as I say that, a little bit of a gnarly misshift with the T. I don't know if you get anything to that left side. Doesn't hit the quick tap of the J, and I think that's it. Gunter will top out of 572. AvGeek, you were good for game number 1. GG's. I love the woo-woo. That sounds like a train whistle. It's just a good song, I think also, I don't know, the audio levels over there a little too close. Let me turn the music down a bit. I'm just kind of going off of the bars, Good morning, Hana. Hana, I have a question for you. No promises. I don't know if this will actually happen, but would you be interested in using the CTL scoreboard site for the next season of DAS League? Both players are ready. Let me count them down for game number 2. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Looks like AvGeek is using a dog bone controller. I did not know she did that. That'd be really cool. Yeah, okay. I'll see what I can do. I was recently looking at it and making modifications to it just because I wanted to, or they were doing the Rogenium tiers, right? So I wanted to modify it so we could do best of 7 matches. And it looks like I succeeded. Maybe there's a bug that I haven't figured out yet. A couple early awkwardness for both players. Gunter had a misshift. I'm not sure what happened to AvGeek's stack, but she'll get out of it pretty quickly. Well, those S's not doing her any favors. Both players digging higher than they want to be. Nice double for AvGeek, and that's going to help her get out of the situation. Gunter might get out of it first. No, that's not true. AvGeek is having a very effective dig. Gunter will get a Tetris. AvGeek will also score 56 to 40. Slight lead for AvGeek here early on. Equal line count. Both these players are pretty... I don't really know what's going on with it because I don't follow it that closely, but these are also fixtures in the PAL DAS scene. Seems like PAL open play style just isn't really a thing anymore, but PAL DAS is, I don't think, maybe thriving. I mean, again, I'm not following that closely. Awkward stack for AvGeek, high up, couple very vertical. Squares, plastered with squares. She's handling them though. There's a bar for a double. She might be okay here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, though. Just awful RNG. Can she handle it? The bars, the bars, the bars. That's it. AvGeek tops out at 93,000 points. Gunter is good. For game number 2, we're tied up 1 apiece. GG's. It's like the only time you don't want to see bars is just when your stacks kind of just very vertical, and all that really does is retain the problems your stack already had, but push it higher. He was doing a good job getting out of it. Just needed a couple of pieces that didn't suck. All right, both players are ready. Let's count them down for game number 3. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Kind of what I want to do. I don't know if I'll do this immediately, and there might be some site maintenance stuff that is more important, but I think what would be really cool would be adding a division page to the CTL site that does have that match list. You have that table, right? That kind of demonstrates the results of each match. Yeah, that'll be fun. Well, players 2 on the board here early on. Let's go on with Tier 1C. AvGeek is currently leading in points. I think she's also leading... Yeah, she's also leading in terms of points per match. Also, I think like a points back statistic, kind of like in baseball, you have like games back, would be cool. With a high hole for Gunter, but he's going to manage it. AvGeek has a little bit of a dingbat situation. That bar is only going to be a double. No one knows what a dingbat is. It's like a type of apartment popular in Los Angeles. We have a very soft first story that's parking. And then like you kind of live on top of the parking. And they usually have like kind of, you know, go-go, like very kitsch themes, like, you know, of cladding and stuff. You can see them in Seattle too. AvGeek up high. Going to get the well reopened though. Operating 2 off the bottom still. Gunter looking to take advantage of AvGeek's. She's getting open. She's waiting out the bar, but the bar is just not coming at the right time. The well's closed. She's gonna have to. She's kind of closing it more often than she would have to if she were burnt down to the bottom. Yeah, just awful drought. 4 will finally come though, and that's a Tetris. 116 to 111, not too far back. In fact, she took the lead with that latest Tetris, though she has a few lines in the future. Gunter will enter a dig of his own. 125 to 115, close one so far. Both players kind of struggling with the RNG here. There's a long drought. Now Gunter's turn to be in a bit of a pickle. See, this is the sort of stuff I want to be listening to. This is what I expect out of my Best of Motown playlist. Not whatever they were doing in the 80s. Who cares about Motown? Oh my goodness, that J doesn't get over for Gunter, and I think we're done. Gunter tops out at 123. AvGeek is good for game number 3. Moves up to match point. GG's. Unfortunate. Yeah, it happens. A little bit of a gift exchange there. You know, it's Das 18. Even top players are going to have some issues with it sometimes. And I give gifts, I don't expect anything in return, but that's because you're a generous soul, AvGeek. You know, you're giving gifts for the joy of giving. Both players are ready. Let's count down for game number 4 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. TNS will start us off. Tuki also hasn't played any matches yet in this division. 1C kind of lagging. The only other player who hasn't played anything yet is Poopy in 1A. So, there you go. It was double for AvGeek. Her stack was getting a little high, but she handled it. She is a DAS expert. And that's why the good people of the classic Tetris community, the journalists and broadcasters, brings her number 15. Because she is good at the playstyle. That's how ranking works. 96 to 101. Reopens are well in time for the bar. Gunter also just kind of cruising along here. More or less tied game. Gunter has a slight lead. 8,000 or so. What's going on in these divisions? Blue Scooty currently in Division 1A. 20 points, only lost. Has dropped a few games, but I think Blue Scooty actually the only player who has played more than one match who hasn't dropped a set yet. So there you go. Blue Scooty seems like he's a bit of an underrated DAS player. I think we're kind of we're at the end of the period of absolute dominance of Blue Scooty in the open play style But, you know, Gunter looking for a flat burn here. Love a T. It's not going to quite come in time. He if he waited one more piece, he would have gotten it. But, you know, that's just the way Tetris works. Looking at dash stats, and Tugi has always been a problem. Yeah, Tugi really seems like the Billy Mac of the dash scene. Consolatio, salute on esos bonavidi. Got ourselves a pretty high level dash match here. Dash, of course, being the play style that I play. And Consolatio, I want to say hello to Consolatio, a stalwart of the Esperanto community here on Twitch. Does a very good job. He's a moderator here. He has, we kind of just add people as moderators so that they can take care of spam and stuff. He's kind of taking it pretty seriously because that's just what he do. We're over halfway to 19 here, 333 to 280. Anyway, dash is when you press and hold the buttons on the controller. So you play Tetris like the normal way. But of course, NES Tetris kind of throws some wrenches in that because when you press and hold the button, the pieces don't really go that fast compared to other versions of Tetris. So you had to be very deliberate about it. You had to use kind of a few different, very specialist techniques. Square doesn't quite get over for Gunter, but it looks like he will get a J over there. Looks like he's going to be okay. Just needs one more piece for a tuck. Okay, well, he got a good piece, but less than an optimal piece. Not getting the other piece. There we go. J finally comes, but not before he has to take a few more burns. 354 to 354. Gunter with a less than 1,000-point lead. I think I'm going to switch back to the purple scene. Maybe make a modification. I think the bar at the bottom is really good. Kind of doing like a JavaScript thing. I don't know. Thinking about... I guess maybe I'll just experiment some more if I have the time or inclination. 98. Both players about to enter 100 lines in. Lee will do so. 422 to 384. AvGeek has taken a lead, but it is not insurmountable by any stretch of the imagination. About 2 Tetrises. He has like 840 FMS, where 800 is the mark of an elite. Yeah. Tugi is just kind of under... the problem with Tugi is he doesn't play as much as a lot of other players. He's just like, he just kind of like, people, he just kind of like, even though he's like known as a very good dash player, he kind of falls off people's radar a little bit, you know? How many 1.3 players are there now? I don't really know. Is it still like a single digit number? Gunter not really digging, but a bit of an awkward stack. Has to take a few more digs. AvGeek able to expand her lead just a little bit as we get closer and closer to 19. 10, okay, so we're now officially in double digits. AvGeek 516, Gunter 436. AvGeek playing some very good 18 so far, and also very good 19, but we only had one game that got there. But she definitely keeps the pressure on 18, and very efficient player. She goes into 563. Gunter goes in at 486, and we're off and running a post. Now, another important thing about dash, you're not really going to see a whole lot of 29 play. Gunter hangs a T. Gonna probably get out of it, though. Very, very good pieces. Very, very good placements. And he is still on his merry way. 517 to 592. AvGeek will cross the 600K barrier going into 20. This is still maxable. Oh, nice burn there for AvGeek. Trying to keep her board from becoming too unmanageable here. Taking a little higher than she wants it to be, but no matter. She's going to get it sliced down. There we go. Lombard Tetris. She now has a 6-figure lead. 658 to 553. AvGeek really just kind of showing her class on the 19 speeds. Of course, levels 19 through 28 are all the same speed. It is 50% faster than level 18, so it's a pretty big differential. And then 29 is more or less unplayable for dash players. Some players are able to eke out some points there. Sometimes you see some fireworks or some very, very good matches where some 29 dash play matters, but that is an exception rather than the rule. 749 to 628. AvGeek trying to reopen her well. It needs like a T or something. S's and Z's will do. It's going to keep her alive, but still needs a little more help. She will receive it. Opts to fix her stack rather than take the Tetris. There you go. Things are looking okay for her. Gunter is falling apart, though. I don't know if he can get anything to the left side. He's going to be able to take a few burns, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Beloved. L gets a J instead, and I think he's cut off. He's going to top out at 638. AvGeek. Lombard Scepter. She is good for game number 3. She will take this one 3-1. GG's. Gunter, not so bad of a bad play, but AvGeek just showing she's a top player. You know, that's just kind of like, against a player like AvGeek, sometimes all you can do is just try to make her earn it, and she earn it. She did. Doesn't really top out, but that's to be expected with Das. And just we'll see what she can do here. If she can max this one. Policy changes. Good to see you. GG's. First time chatter. Hello. Welcome in. Dragonheart. Hello. Wow. We got some new people here at the Abaro channel. I guess I don't do a lot of restreams anymore on my personal channel, so maybe I should just do that more often. Probably have more opportunities. So. Give me a follow if you want to see more stuff. I don't know. AvGeek will top out at 880. Was going for the max out, so was playing aggressively. Couldn't quite get it, but that's okay. I don't have a winner scene, so we just have to look at her. I guess she went offline too. So whatever. GG's. AvGeek will move up to 5-1 on the season with 27 points, I believe. It'll be hard to catch her. A couple players who still can, but obviously once Tugi starts playing, all bets are off. But anyway, it's. GG's. Yeah, I think over 720 is good. Yeah, I don't have a Discord. But you can do it. Yeah. So that's... I do have a Discord. Sorry, I don't have a Discord command, but I do have it occasionally pop into my channel. So if you want to join my personal Discord that's more inactive than I want it to be, I guess I can make it active whenever I want to. Anyway, I'll stop blabbing. Thank you so much for coming over. I appreciate you. Let me find someone to raid. I think MathWiz was online. Yeah, MathWiz was... There he is. Let's do that. Have a great rest of your day, y'all.